places as well as physically. So everything is about intention, right? It's about the intention of how and why we do things. And sometimes we think that we know best, and it's our self-interest and ego what gets in the way sometimes, that we think that we have all the answers, or we are this whatever. And so we as we've been talking about often, is about we rely on only that self-reliance, that idea of that is very much a Western idea, that we have to stoically do it ourselves and we cannot ask for support of others, or that we are able to conquer it all, whatever that all might mean. So the yoga philosophy comes in a complete different perspective, right? Into what is important around the long term, so that we understand the physical body and the present moment is just instant. It's just this precise moment is temporary, and the long term is what we're really looking for. And we are really just following our instincts, following our heart, following our natural way of being, which is seeking that bliss, right? Seeking that anand in everything that we do. I mean, we fall asleep, we eat for the pleasure of that. We're seeking constantly something. We isolate ourselves, we go into social activities, all those things that to just look for that one thing. And the truth is that we have limited capacity, right? And limited experience and vision of what the scope of life might be. So the yoga philosophy allows us to just pause for a second, to sit, to be able to focus, to have, again, our intellect out of the way, and that we actually follow our emotional intelligence or our spiritual intelligence. And maybe the physical body is just an instrument to get to that point and to be connected to the physical body, to be connected through the physical body to our experience. And many things we don't understand, we can't understand with our limitations. So, and we don't pretend to understand either, although many of us try many times that we think that we understand something, but the more we let go of that pretends or that idea or expectation, then the more auspicious that space is for our spiritual path. So maybe just having the experience, and there's nothing to maybe think about in particular or ask for, but just simply being into the moment, to allow to have us the experience of our yoga practice. And maybe that means moving your torso from right to left to loosen up the root of the spine, to loosen up the base of your column. When we exhale, we go to one side and sway completely. When we inhale, we go to the center and exhaling towards the opposite side, and we exaggerate and we inhale to the center, and we exaggerate the exhalation and feel the body breathing out. And when we come slowly as we inhale to the center, without rushing, is just what your body and timing allows your body to move towards the side, and then return back as you inhale at your own pacing, not mine. And the head and the neck and the shoulders are letting go, and not expectation, but just simply a movement to inhale back to center, to exhale slowly all the way towards the opposite side, and your last set. So find that your body raises up in the center, that moves as deeply as it needs to move to the side, so you can feel the muscles of your side of your body. You can feel your balance, that your balance is slowly moving your torso from one side to the other, and then returning back to center, and feel your body slowly exhale. And maybe your right hand comes onto the right shoulder as you bend the right elbow and breathing in, and let the right elbow slowly move forward in front of your body and down towards the leg as we exhale. And you can feel the entire rotation of that right shoulder. And without rotating the entire torso, we feel how much does the shoulder allow to rotate back and lift the elbow up. And then as we exhale, we slowly roll that shoulder forward. And one more time, rolling the elbow back, and feel how that entire chest, shoulder area, back muscles open, and you can feel your ribs, you can feel even your neck muscles moving. And one more time, observe that your right arm and elbow move around, and then exhale slowly forward into the ground. And when your last long deep breath rotates, opens from the chest to the elbow towards the sky, and then rotating gently forward as if you're just rotating through your shoulder and bicep, and exhale, relax. What does it feel like to let that arm go? And so what are the thoughts that were coming as you're moving that right arm? Where did your mind go in this movement? Can you settle for a second and observe your facial expression, your breathing, that your right arm, the right shoulder are just settled and kindly rested, that your left arm then activates, and you open the left arm wide as you breathe in, and then the elbow bends and your hand intentionally touches the shoulder. And so what does it feel to let those fingers touch? And you inhale, slowly raising the elbow, and then exhale gently forward in front of your body. So if you're just rolling from the neck, from the shoulder blade, from the chest area, from the entire deltoid muscles, and then slowly open back and feel that your pectoral muscles open, that you're really feeling your lat extending and opening, and your intercostals move, that your oblique muscles extend, and you find the shoulder and elbow moving forward. And so what does it feel like in this left side? That you're breathing in, and then you're exhaling very gently forward, squeezing your tummy, your rib cage. One more time, breathing without forcing anything. Can you find those muscles? Can you feel the range of movement into that shoulder in your last long session? Can you find that your chest is actually opening, that you're holding with your muscles and you're moving through the root of those spaces inside your shoulder and chest and back, and you relax softly as you exhale the left hand to the side of your body. So what were the thoughts? They're slightly different on the right and the left. Can you allow both hands to exhale slowly? Again, mouth closed through your nose, inhale, fingers towards the shoulders, both hands, both arms, and let the elbows slowly drop towards the sides of your rib cage. And this time you're going to move slowly the elbows, and your next breath in forward. Inhale towards the front of your body and up towards the sky, and see what happens to lift when you extend, and then what happens when you exhale and move back. And then slowly settle towards the sides of your ribs. One more time. Inhale, deep breath in, finding range of movement, fully expanding chest and shoulders and rotating through your scapular area. One last time. Feel that the elbows move slowly forward. And then as you exhale, move again. What is the effect on your respiratory system? Can you revert? Can you take the circle in the opposite direction, moving the elbows back? And then let the muscles, and what are the muscles that guide the movement of your shoulders? Can you slowly feel how your body is engaging? Can you feel the muscles rotating, that you're really opening the back area, the shoulders, the triceps in your last long inhalation? Can you extend your chest, open your heart, breathe gently, not to force the neck, that you find the elbows moving and traveling gently forward in front of your body, and then relaxing, feel the body exhale. Feel that your knees gently come off the ground and your feet are going to extend gently forward, and you're going to allow only your right leg to bend and your right knee to be as wide as possible, just to open the inner thigh, to open the leg, to find that your foot is slowly open, and take the weight completely off that right thigh, that right knee, that right hip, that right ankle, and let your body exhale slowly into your left hand, as if you're just leaning away from that right knee, and let your body exhale slowly, reaching out. And maybe that means your hand holding very tight to your hip because it's as far as we're going to go, or maybe the elbow is able to bend on that left side, and your abdomen immediately holds your back. So it's not your back muscles that hold the spine or lumbar area, but it's the abdomen. So what does it feel to just open and find that your thigh, your quadriceps on the right side are really extending, that your right hand slowly comes wide and open towards the sky, and you feel your body extending through the right arm, and take it over your head and move it around, and feel what happens with your back muscles, with your shoulders, with the aligning of the vertebrae column, and one more time, opening the right side of your body. And what are the thoughts? How are you rotating your hand best to support the rotation of the joint of the shoulder and not pinching, not forcing? Inhale. Every time that you breathe in, you raise and expand the right side of your lung. And as you exhale, you move the right hand gently towards the ground to ground it. And last time, breath in, extend and reach. Open, open. And as your body exhales, release gently the arm around towards the yoga mat. Exhale slowly and then kindly bring your body to slowly come back to center. Very, very gently. Let your spine, your torso, your body to settle gently. And maybe your hands are pressing towards the ground, towards the sides, towards the back of the glutes, while your toes are pointed back and your knee is flexed on the right side and you feel your body sitting a little bit taller. And observe that your left leg slowly opens a little bit farther forward and you're intentionally pointing the toes, flexing the toes and pointing through the ball of your toes or the entire heel of your left foot. And your body exhales and maybe your hands slowly come gently forward towards your thigh, towards your knee, towards your shin, towards the ankle, and your body just rolls a little bit forward. It doesn't matter how far, maybe a little bit forward is enough. And then for some of us, we tend to round the spine and round the neck, and that's okay to let enough room for your spine to extend. For some of us that are a little bit more flexible, we will maybe want to extend the vertebrae column farther away from the waist. So your back is not rounded, but it's extended forward and out, and through the crown of the head, we reach softly towards that left leg. And you find that your foot is not twisting, that your knee is not twisting, that you're simply opening the muscles, and then let the entire movement guide you. And observe your neck, observe your jaw, observe, most importantly, the top of your head, the crown of your head that extends away from the root of your hips, that your hands hold on to the ground, to the sides of your hips, towards your thighs, towards the ankle, towards the foot. It doesn't matter. Find your elbows and shoulders not to be tense when your body's ready. Can you feel the movement of your body? Your body is actually exhaling and just shifting internally into this position. And then slowly with your hands, you carry the torso up, farther up, wherever it is, doesn't matter how tall. And one more time, you're going to lean into the left side. So your right knee lifts off the ground. So your right knee is now lifted of all pressure and your right leg easily comes gently forward and you find your right leg steady to the ground. Observe your spine and shoulders long and tall. Breath in and allow your body to lean into the right side so your left knee bends. It doesn't matter how deeply you think you should bend it. It's just finding what is comfortable for the knee, for the thigh muscles, for the quads, and how close is your heel or the arch of the left foot to your glutes is up to you. Do not put pressure on the joint, do not put pressure on the hip, and sit, and your body slowly takes away the weight or the pressure onto that left knee as the hand on the right side slides out. And we stay for a second until you feel that your torso and your waist, the root of your abdomen extends your quads. And you find your head looking towards the ground, towards the chest, towards the sky. It doesn't matter. Find the body exhaling. And maybe you're breathing into the tension or maybe pressure or resistance of your body. Maybe you can align and activate a little bit deeper that right leg, or maybe your right elbow and forearm is ready to slowly settle to the ground. And it's not the shoulder, it's not the joint of the elbow, it's not tensing or grinding the teeth. It's an exhalation that opens. And you breathe out again, the abdomen, the oblique muscles, the entire torso moves, and you find your rib cage really exhaling. And if you find that your torso is just lethargic and not moving, let the left arm maybe come slowly towards the sky and you feel it gently extending, and take it over your head as you exhale. And you find that that moves completely, the entire jaw drawn slowly into your chest or throat. And then inhale, the left arm opens wide through your chest, through your fingers, and move it around. And feel that your left arm moves all the way through. And you find your scapular area, the shoulder area, one more time, allowing the chest, the shoulder, the back to really move, the head not to be force into position. And what are you thinking about in this last movement? Can you really engage, invest attention? Doesn't mean forcing, just simply invest attention to the movement of your body and let those muscles exhale all the way through. And then gently with your right hand fingers, slowly press away from the ground and see if your body sits comfortably into your knee. or into your hips and your knees, gently a little bit loose, and your thighs now are a little bit more open, and maybe your body's able to sustain with your hands into the ground to give you a little bit of less pressure and less tension to the knee, or maybe towards your thigh or towards your shin or towards the ankle, or your hands just wide enough so your torso just moves in front of your body, and your head tends to lift the chin and drive the position forward. When we want to slowly draw the chin in and extend, again, paying attention to the crown of the head, and your body soften your hands and soften the elbows and soften the forearms, and you reach deeper and closer, and you adjust and modify and do not put pressure. You can round your back to give enough room for your spine to extend and find the perfect position, or you can extend slowly from the base of the spine and out to the crown and really make your flat back come forward until your forehead comes slowly towards the shin. And again, it's not the goal, it's not intending to force the body, simply a breath in and a breath out. And so what does it feel like, and how does it feel on this side of our body to open those muscles? Last two breaths. Can you really find the breath? And how does it feel to open the lungs and to exhale and release pressure in your last one breath in? Toes are active on that front leg, and then when your body's ready, walk slowly your hands through your shin, through your thigh, through the ground to raise the torso up, and then we lean one more time completely to the right side until the left knee opens, and then you can slide forward that left leg gently in front of your body, and you allow your body to slowly stay steady into sitting position, finding your back and shoulders really engage into this pose. When your body's ready, maybe your legs contract a little bit and you can find your feet really supportive into this position, and your hands come gently under the hamstrings, and you allow the hands and arms to reach for your fingers, to reach for your wrists, forearms, the elbows, your triceps, and your body exhales. And maybe your heels walk in closer towards your body. Maybe your heels walk farther away from your body, as long as they're always connected to the ground, and your knees are very gently aligned, and your shoulders are gently aligned, and you're not pushing your neck, and your abdomen comes over your thighs, and then your chest lengthens over your thighs as if you're just extending the crown of the head farther away, and maybe your chin comes in the space between your thighs or knees, and your head extends the crown a little bit farther away from your tailbone, and your abdomen presses. And you're massaging the abdominal cavity. So what does it feel like to pay attention, to dedicate time to massage the abdominal organs? And so what do we have in our abdomen? Right? That gut feeling that we get sometimes, that feeling that we stomach. Sometimes we express ourselves that way, right? We just swallow things in, and we just place in, and we stomach those things into our gut. And so what is the effect, and what do you feel, and what do you find? What are the thoughts that come out, the emotions? What are the feelings that come with that, the irrational things, the things that you have not actually put a label to? Feel your body slowly soften the shoulders, extending the neck, breathe in. When your body's ready, maybe your body's able to slowly flex the toes and come a little bit taller, toes off the ground, heels deeper into the floor and into the tailbone area. Maybe the hands are not so deep into the legs, and you need to maybe undo a little bit of that to give you a little more room for your torso, or maybe your thighs and chest are still connected, and you can feel the body not driving through your shoulders, but through your abdomen. And maybe the heels remain to the ground, and you sit upright and feel that your chest is raised deeply away from the ground. Or maybe for some of us, we can balance over our tailbone area, and we can feel the legs just dangling in front of the body as if you're just balancing, not because your shoulders are rolled forward, it's because your chest is driving the position forward, and your jaw draws in as if you're just gently aligning the verticality of your vertebrae column with the top of your head, and the jaw is not biting tight, is not holding tension to your necks, your shoulders. Pay attention to your shoulders one more time, that your chest and scapular area is not tense, and maybe the toes slowly come off the ground, and we gently extend them, not forcefully, but slowly extend them. Maybe just a little bit, maybe it's about knee height, maybe it's about head height, maybe it's all the way towards the sky, and we find our balance. And how does it feel to extend and reach? And maybe the body is ready to exhale into this position, and find your toes active, Breathe, breathe, breathe in, and maybe the toes slowly, or the knees bend, I should say, and the toes slowly point towards the ground very kindly. One more time, exhale, feel your gut, feel your tummy, and then inhale, raise. It doesn't matter how high, how tall, extend and reach, and then flex, exhale. And so how are we supporting the knee joints? And what are the thoughts? Right? Am I having to demonstrate to my body that I actually have control? Is it because somebody else is watching me? Is it because I have this crazy expectation of my body to be perfect? Or can I just simply be present and have no expectations and just move? And really enjoy the present moment, allowing the body to breathe out, the body to breathe in, to open the legs, to feel the enjoyment of the liberty or freedom of being able to move the legs on our own, that our legs are functioning, that the breath can coordinate, that our brain is able to fire up those nerve cords that allow the legs to extend and reach. The body exhales. Last time, feel your legs move and extend deeply and taller towards the sky. And what are the muscles that you're discovering without having to force anything as your legs slowly settle to the floor and you breathe the heels into the ground and your arms open and your legs slowly open through your inner thighs, and the palms of the hands come towards your knees, towards your shins, towards the inner thigh area, towards your ankles, towards your feet, and your body exhales and your elbows are not out, the elbows are in towards the rib cage, and your body slowly leans a little bit forward as if your inner thighs are really opening and your spine lengthens and your jaw draws in, the crown of it extends away from your body. It doesn't matter how far, you don't have to reach for the floor, you don't have to force anything. You can place the elbows to the ground, you can place the hands into the ground, you can place fist over fist, you can place your head over your fists, and the inner thighs are probably not stretched yet to reach completely towards the ground. So find your own intensity and find your body exhaling. And then every moment that you reach a position, you allow yourself to be slowly engaged deeper into a breath, that you allow your muscles to engage and to feel the movement. Let your neck and shoulders and spine to adjust to the position. Your arms are wide enough you need to be, so you can allow the shoulders to really shift forward towards the ground when your body is ready. Let the exhalation, that your body breathes deeply out of this position. And then as you inhale, engage your spine, the crown of the head, and then slowly drop finally all the way as close as your body is going to go without having to force or burn any tissue. And let your hands walk your body closer to upright position. You breathe very, very gently in and sit very tall, holding onto your ankles, to your knees, to your inner thighs, to your waist, and your shoulders drawn back. Your chest lifts up and your chin looks up towards the sky. And I can feel my throat extending and my tongue towards the roof of my mouth. And I can feel how my entire respiratory system, the inner lining of my trachea, the inner lining of the entire bronchi to my lungs expand. And I can feel how my chest opens, and I can feel my spine stretching and opening and massaging the lymphatic system, the little nodules that I have all around my body, and let cleansing move, right? You're moving the tissues to really cleanse toxins, even physical toxins as much as emotional and mental toxins, and even sometimes unconscious toxins that we have captured through our days. And one more time, observe the body. And all these ideas that we have our body, we let them go. There's no appearances. Close your eyes and go into your body deeply when your final long deep breath. Inhale to really bring that energy into your body that you need, and then exhale and release slowly your torso and your spine and your neck, and feel again the benefit of releasing that. And let your knees come slowly up one more time towards the sky, and allow very gently for your left knee to drop out to the left side and your right leg to come over towards the left, but then slide gently back so this sole of your left foot touches the inner of the outer thigh, or the thigh or lower thigh or knee of the right leg. So your left leg is on top of the right leg, and I'm sitting not on the right glute. My right glute is really tall, but on my left glute, on my left hip. and I find my weight of my body easily on that left side of my torso. And my left and right hand slowly come gently to travel towards the left side. So my hands are moving into the direction of the flexed knee, and my abdomen stays gently retracted, and I move and twist and really expand my back and allow my hands to slowly touch a little bit deeper. Maybe my hands come gently towards the ground. Both hands move or keep moving my torso as much as I need to. And I open my hip on the right, and I feel how I extend that hip flexor, how my left foot is holding down and supporting that knee from on the right to sliding forward, and your abdomen opens. The blades are really shifting towards each other, and the head looks over as far over to the left shoulder as I can rotate my head. And can I feel the twist? And not because somebody is comparing my body to do anything right or wrong. It's not because I want to reach that very special goal, whatever that goal might be. Has nothing to do with the external, is about the internal movement. Can you feel how does it feel for you? Can you really connect of the feeling of the body? And we say this word constantly in our yoga practice, right? So how does it feel for you right now here? And can I add anything to this? Is this enough for my body? Can I allow one more time the extension that I'm twisting, that I'm really feeling the left shoulder far back and tall, and my head and crown of head to really elongate away from the tailbone, and my right glute really engaged to squeeze and open the hip flexors on the right side. And when my last one breath, can they feel even the abdomen just really opening? And then exhale and release, walking my hands, allowing my body to rotate back to center. And I can feel my torso slowly returning. And then I raise my knees kindly from all weight, and I rotate immediately on the opposite side. That means that my right foot is going to come on top of my left lower thigh, and my left foot is easily placed into the ground in the most comfortable position, and my left glute holds my left hip tall, and my hands walk towards the leg, towards the knee, and my torso is not leaning back, is tall and extended. And I can feel how my body rotates and then pivots over that right hip. Can I think of all these things, and how do I accommodate my body to this? Can I twist my spine, feeling all the portions of my body that are resistant? My back, my abdomen, my thigh, my hip, my leg, my knee, my ankle, my foot, maybe my arms and my shoulders, maybe it's my neck. And I look over the right side of my shoulder, and I feel that my head turns completely into the side of my body. And can I find the abdomen really supportive and feel the body inhaling and exhale all the way through? One more time. Is my breath allowing the movement of my chest? Is my right shoulder able to expand as far away from that left hip as my body allows it and find beneficial? Deep breath is about a twist, it's a deep extension, is about connecting those tissues to really observing the feeling. Are my toes tight? Are my joints tight? Are my teeth and grinding my jaw possible in this position, or can I allow myself to just freely move? When my last long inhalation, giving myself permission to just move and deeply expand and extend. Exhale, and then release the hands and the arms, and feel how the unwinding of my spine and back releases all pressure. And so, what does healing really mean to you? Can I allow my knees to roll back up to the center, and then roll one more time in the left side? This time, we're going to maybe repeat or maybe add a little something to that position, and finding that the body rolls kindly the knees to the side, that I allow my arms to cross over towards the left side. Now it's a lot easier because that muscle, so those muscles have used to it. And we can stay right here. We can stay as deeply as your body allows it. Or for some of us, the elbows come towards the ground. And maybe you're looking the elbows to the floor behind me, and my palms, the hands and forearms to stay on the ground. I can now rotate gently, leveraging the movement with my forearms and elbows, and my head looks still over my left shoulder. and allow my body to twist even deeper in this position, not because it's better, it's because my body has now gotten used to it. And the muscles know exactly what they need to be doing, and my spine needs to be doing, my abdomen. If it's floating and kind of hanging in there, can I let my abdomen really benefit and retract it inwardly and feel that my abdomen or the belly area is just extending all the tissues? It's not just the external tissue, right? It's not just the dermis itself, but it's all the layers underneath that. The adipose tissue that then connects to the connective tissue that connects and protects and supports the entire muscular system. And so that's where we need to find all these layers of tissue: the skin, the fat tissue, the um, connective tissue, the fascia, and then the muscle. And can I feel my head rotating and moving? And let your body, again, what are the feelings or what are the sensations in our body? In your last long deep breath in, exhale, and then soften the head, the elbows, the shoulders, the hands, and the arms, and then gently come back. And can I feel my body rotating back? And so, where are my joints and how my legs and feet and knees and hips feel? And can I rotate one more time towards the opposite side in the same way as I did before? On my right hip, left glute lifts, the body is slowly supporting the rotation. I can look towards the right side of my body because I'm used to my muscles are ready to move in that direction. Can I add my hands to move a little bit deeper towards the back wall behind me? Or can I allow the elbows to maybe bend? And it's not because I'm rushing. It's not I'm going too fast. It's about allowing my body to slowly shift gently. And I pay attention. Those changes, those micro movements and adjustments are really important. Is my head looking over the right shoulder? And is that helpful? Does that add anything? Or does that subtract from the position of my body? Can I feel my belly? Can I feel all the muscles of the flank of my body? That means the side of my waist. Can I breathe into those tissues? Although they're pressed and they're overextending and they're really active at this moment, can I allow, again, prepare my bloodstream to be really rich in this oxygenation? So when the body is able to exhale and release from this position, I can allow the body to really flush with that fresh oxygen one more time. Allow the elbows to steady your head to look over the right shoulder if allowed, and let the last long exhalation to feel the full twist of your body to come very gently. One more time, slow, slow, slow motion. Your body will tell you how fast your body can slowly come back in, and then pay attention. That's all you can do for your body. And your legs extend one more time in front of your torso, sitting gently on the yoga mat, allowing your legs to be really long and extended, and find that your arms come wide and open towards the sky. Your thumbs interlace gently above the head, and your fingers extend up towards the sky. And your jaw draws in, your arms are right next to your ears or behind the earlobes, not because that's the goal, it's because just a pointer and how or where do we need to place, and that the elbows needing to bend completely. Are my shoulders able to pull my pectoral muscles so I can really open the chest, so I can really move all the fascia, all the connective tissue, all the lymphatic, the little drainage, right? We have little tubes of all the fluid that bathes our body constantly, hopefully with a lot of water, not coffee, but a lot of water. And that drains and helps cleanse all those tissues. And listen to your body. And so where is it that it gets a little bit of resistance? And where is this a little bit of like, this feels a little bit sore? And can I find myself extending and reaching to those positions? Can I feel that I'm just advancing, that my hand, imagine that my palm hand is going to come right behind your shoulders and press you lightly forward. So your chest comes forward. And as I put pressure behind your shoulder blades, your chest and the crown head becomes a little bit taller, abdomen becomes a little bit tighter, and your rib cage becomes a little bit farther away from the hips, and the knees are never locked. You find your last long session, really open the body. And when the body's ready, allow your hands to slowly come gently wide and around and gently towards the ground, and as quickly as you need to, and your fingers slowly point towards the wall behind you. And then the heel hands into the ground. For some of us, that means the heel hands may place facing away from your body and your fingers towards the hips, depending on your flexibility and all your strength. And find that your toes and your heels are aligned and your elbows and shoulders move back. And can you pay attention to your chest? Can you flatten your belly? Can you soften your head? And maybe for some of us, that means pointing the toes and raising the chest. And that's as far as we're going to go. And that's absolutely appropriate. And that's very gently where the body is going to reach. For a few of us, that means that the hips slowly come off the ground. And not because I'm putting pressure on my wrists or elbows or shoulders. I find a way to strengthen my chest, to squeeze my glutes, to flatten the belly. And I feel my neck not tense and the jaw draws in or the head moves behind the shoulder blades. One more time, breathe. Can you find your body squeezing through your glutes and thighs? Activating the body, squeeze it so your entire body participates into the extension and lengthening. And wherever you are, slowly exhale and soften towards the ground. Beautiful. Breath in as your body sits tall. One more time, exhale very, very gently into this position. As the body is sitting into this pose, we're going to allow the right knee to flex in, the right hand to come towards your shin, towards the back of the leg, towards the big toe on the right foot. And the right leg slowly lifts a little bit of the ground, and your right leg slowly points in front of your body, and your toes, again, your knee never locked, your knee as bent as needed, your right elbow never overextended. You crease the right elbow so you find that your shoulder has enough leverage to move forward and back, and you're not pushing through that right shoulder blade, and your right toes come as tall as needed, and your left arm comes gently towards the sky, and you can feel your body balancing. And again, sitting tall, imagine that my hand comes onto the lumbar spine, presses you forward through your abdomen or through your lower back. Your abdomen retracts to resist the movement and shift the chest a little bit taller. And the jaw draws in and your body extends, and feel your body reach in. Allow your leg to come a little bit taller if you need to add intensity. Observe your elbow not to be tense. Last 2 times. Breath in. And when your body is ready, feel the inhalation to this position. And as the body breathes out, the left arm, the right leg, softly come towards the ground. Beautiful. Exhale gently forward. Allow your feet to be steady. Bring your arms wide together towards the sky to reset the body. Press your hips towards the yoga mat as if you're just sitting heavier into the ground, while your chest and arms and shoulders raise a little bit taller. And you can feel your thumbs interlacing and your fingers really expanding from away from the palm of the hand. So every finger extended. Activate your joints. And again, we don't think about the joints of our fingers, but let the fingers and the muscles of your phalanges to really activate the entire extension of the palm of the hand. And your jaw draws in, the crown extends, your legs and calves and thighs support on your toes above the heels. One more time. Raise your rib cage as if my hand were in your lower back or shoulder blade area. Last 1 time. Breath in. And let your body exhale and release your hands very, very gently. Allow your arms to slowly come towards the ground. Your fingers come, again, facing away or facing towards the hips. Elbows soften, never locking your shoulders or elbows, never locking through your wrists. Open your index and thumb in particular against the floor, and your shoulder blades move back, chest opens, point your toes, and this is as far as we're gonna go. Perfect. For some of us, that means the hips come off the ground and your head slowly stays just into your throat or all the way behind your shoulder blades, as long as your chest is able to open. And you squeeze your thighs. And what do my thighs have to do in this position? What is my knee and calf muscles? Am I rotating my feet, or my feet are really aligned so I support my knees? Perfect. Breath in. Allow the body to exhale. Squeeze the glutes. And how are the glutes opening the hips? Last breath in. And wherever you are, allow your body to slowly soften and place gently pressure back into your hips. Raising the crown of the head. Feel your hands coming gently forward. Feel that your left knee flexes, that your left hand comes towards your big toe, that your arms is softened, that your hands on the right side are gently balancing, that your left foot lifts a little bit. And this is as far as you're gonna lift it off the ground. Perfect. Maybe this side is a lot challenging and you don't want to go any farther. Maybe your left leg slowly and gently with every breath comes a little bit taller, and you can feel that left leg just extended. Doesn't mean the knee is is locked. Your knee is always giving the flexibility to move and to feel your hip and to feel the abdomen and all those muscles that support that position. And the left elbow crease bends instead of pulling away from the shoulder. You want to bend it in so you can feel that soft connection to your body. And the right arm maybe chooses to come towards the sky. You can feel the fingers pointing, and that reminds us of the back, the torso, the abdomen, the core muscles. Is my right leg and my right thigh active? Can I sit tall in this position? That means my jaw draws in, my eyes, although maybe open or closed, look towards the highest point of my body. That means in front of us, the big toe or the thumb, and your jaw and your neck and your spine and your shoulders, and you breathe in. So what does it feel to raise a leg a little bit taller? And there, is it a competitive thing, or is it just because your body feels better and you find a deeper benefit by raising the leg? And you can find different muscles and you can find a deeper extension on all the stations, or maybe you can just simply find yourself mentally challenged. And so what happens when we are challenging and we immediately sometimes retreat into, I can't do this, rather than what happens if I change my perspective about this? Maybe I don't have to look like anything that I think I should, but maybe I can be there in a different way, and I can really manifest my strength in your last one breath. Observe your body to really extend and open and reach towards the longest position of your body, and then exhale and release and soften the left knee and the left arm and the left shoulder, and your body sits gently into this position and your body exhales very, very gently. We're going to allow the sitting position, that your back is very straight, that you're sitting in full staff pose, as if it's just really like a piece of wood, like a staff on the ground, and your back lengthens up and your spine is active and your shoulders are active and your abdomen is active, and maybe the body is ready to slowly flex the knees, and slowly we are able to roll over your shins. I know this is very challenging for some of us to roll over your shins and find your body rolling over, and bring your legs around if that's the case, and find that your hands and fingers are balanced and your index and thumb are connected, and your right knee is just in front of your body, sliding it forward as if your right knee comes towards the right thumb. And your left leg stays very far behind, as far as your body will allow, without having to force anything, without to pinch anything, without to tear anything. Very mindful of the balance, that my right and left hand are very gently balanced in this position, and slowly allow my hands, as I'm sitting with my right hip close to my right heel, and I feel the full flexion of that right knee as much as my body allows it. If not, I grab a mat, I grab a block, I grab a mat right next to me, a pillow, a blanket. There's all kinds of props that we can use. Maybe your fingers press into the ground and we raise the chest a little bit taller. Not because I'm pushing my chest, it's because I'm gathering my glutes, I'm gathering my abdomen, I'm gathering the length of my spine, not twisting. The moment I am pinching something in my back, I am turning in a way that is not appropriate for my body. So reset, come back, try it in a different way. And how can you reset? How can you go deeper in this position in a way that is extension rather than compression? And my neck softens. And maybe my chin lengthens up towards the sky because I'm raising, not because I'm pinching my neck. And that goes for every corner and every joint of my body. But allow the tongue to reach for the roof of your mouth while your eyes roll over your eyebrows, and find the glute muscles on the left active, and you breathe in. And maybe in this position, the body exhales. Last 2 breaths. Observe that your abdomen and back and shoulders and chest really are moving deepest. And as you exhale, the elbows and shoulders relax, and you move very, very gently forward, and the left elbow touches the ground, and your left forearm touches the floor, and your elbow is wider than the shoulder. So the left elbow is not tense in the shoulder. The shoulder is not holding the whole pressure. So my elbow is wide enough so I can really use the entire left forearm, and my body exhales into this position. Feel the inhalation Square your body. If this is as far as your body is going to go, do you need to reset, come back out of the position and come back into the position? By all means, maybe the left knee bends and you can feel the left knee slowly bending, and that's as far as your body is going to go, and your right hand stays on the floor on the side of your body, doesn't matter. Or maybe for some of us, the right hand reaches slowly for that left foot, and my torso then starts looking towards the right side of my body, and my head looks towards the right side, towards the ground, towards the shoulder, towards the chest, and my left thigh moves far behind. So I'm not moving my body weight onto the left knee, but away from the hip. And as I flex, my right elbow softens, my right shoulder shifts back. Again, just to the measure of our ability, not because one is better than the other. Do not force, do not grind, do not struggle. Observe your body. One more time, breathe and open all the muscles. Feel that your last two breaths. Exhale, exhale. And so what is the feeling behind this position for you? And is the position, or is it something else? And we exhale, releasing, softening, placing the hands into the ground, allowing the elbows to lift off the floor. Feel the fingers just squeezing towards the top of your mat, and bring that your right knee comes back and your left knee shifts forward. And so is that the easier leg, or is that the more challenging side of the body? And so, and how do we receive that? How does the body receive that? And can I find time for adjustment, right? Shifting or reshifting into this position. Can I squeeze the glutes? Can I flatten the belly? Can I squeeze my index and thumb? Can I roll back my shoulder blades? Can I raise my chest? Can I look up towards the sky and the crown extends away from the tailbone? Can I find my toenails to slowly be gently activating the entire leg? And where did I go with my mind? Did I go somewhere? Am I focused? Do I need to bring my mind back? Right? Allow your breath to guide it. If we forgot anything, if we forgot where we are and we're just moving and we're just in this position, bring your breath back into more conscious, exaggerated breath, and let your body to exhale, to breathe out. Is this a time to solve all those other issues, or to compose your shopping list, or your Christmas buying list, or whatever that may happen, or your next vacation? So is it time to really focus on that, or can I feel my body for a second and just dedicate a few seconds? Really, this is a few seconds on the entire week that I'm dedicating to just train my body to be focused, and everything else by default will improve, because my mind will be more clear, my mind will be more trained. I can really focus my body, I can really focus my attention. Can I squeeze through the right glute when my body's ready? Taking the longest breath in. Maybe I can exhale and slowly soften the right elbow to the ground. And so what does it feel to move forward? So the forearm and the elbow are supportive of the position. And I'm not pushing, I'm not squeezing, but I'm just settling the right elbow, the right forearm, and maybe your body's perfect right here. And for some of us, again, very attentive to those micro adjustments, that my right knee is able to bend. Usually my right leg, because of all that injury, old injury that I have on my hip or my lower back, is my right leg usually cramps. And so my hamstring tends to cramp. And so I have to be very mindful in how I move and how I reach into this position, especially my right side. So I pay attention and I breathe through it. And I move my right knee farther away so I can feel it on the root of the thigh or the heart of the quad muscles, rather than the elbow or shoulder or the hip joint. And my head looks out towards the left side of your body, and the right elbow is not overextended. The right elbow bends a little bit, and I look out, and my shoulder opens wide, and my head is aligned, and I feel your body, my body, breathing in and breathing out. I feel your body too, breathing in and breathing out. And can I find my tummy? And can I extend? Is it, again, muscle tone what is going to remind me to be in connection to my body? Or is it flexibility that is going to remind me to be, again, flexible with my body? Am I rigid? Am I tense? Can I find places where I need to pay attention? Can I find my last two breaths? Squeezing, is my glute supporting the position? let your final long one deep breath in, and then kindly exhale, and then soften the position of your arm, of your leg, of your hands, and slowly come gently into hands and knees until your left knee comes and travels all the way back. And I feel my body just settling. My big toes are coming towards each other. My knees open a little bit wider, so I'm overlapping the big toe on top of each other and letting my hips slowly travel back. And I allow my hips to almost touch the heels, or maybe touching the heels, or maybe touching the arches of the feet. And maybe my hips fit right there in between the arches, and my elbows come to the ground, and my hands stay extended, and my arms stay extended, so my hands support my torso position. Or maybe my chest comes slowly towards the ground, and I can feel my chin, my forehead coming towards the floor as my arms extend very gently forward. Again, all those positions are equally valid. What is it that is appropriate for your body? And maybe is trying those as we breathe. Maybe gently the body will try one, see if it fits, if it's the perfect position for your body right now, or maybe not. Maybe we can retract that and find your body exhaling through your glutes and tailbone area while the crown of the head extends away from your hips. And maybe as the body is long, and maybe the palms of hands look towards each other if you're choosing this position, maybe the elbows bend and you can take the palms of hands into Anjali Mudra, or maybe the thumbs come behind your head, behind the back of your neck, and you allow the crown of your head to stretch away from your tailbone, and your triceps and underarms to really move towards the ground. And you breathe very gently and breathe exhaling into this position. Can you find that you're filling up the glutes, right? You're really connecting, you're really squeezing those glute muscles, because those will allow your body to open the lower back, to open gently, and to hold the hips in position while the rest of your leg muscles are really stretching. Last two breaths. Is the crown of head a little bit deeper and farther away from your tailbone? When the body is ready, can you feel the chest and spine not tense, not crunched, but lengthen? Come slowly forward with your arms. Inhaling, press into the yoga mat. Walk the elbows in, raise the chest and torso. Move your body on hands and knees. Take a deep breath in. Exhale all the way through. Very nice. Stay into this position for a second. Observe your body. Allow your head to slowly dangle forward as if you're just looking towards your toes, towards your knees, towards your belly button area. And let your head really relax all the way down. So what does it take for your body to relax in this position? Turn your hands so the fingertips face towards the body. So allow one hand to turn, then the opposite hand, if your wrist allow it, and your thumbs allow it, and your pinky allows it to stay remaining touching to the ground. So you're now feeling the forms, the wrist muscles opening as your head still turns gently towards the ground. So you can now feel the muscles opening, never locking, never putting too much pressure on your hands or the tip of the fingers, and let your breath empty out the form extension. Right? Do we fist our way through lives? Do we are used to fighting? Somebody told us that we have to fight for everything in our lives. I think we've all heard that before. That is so not true. So allow yourself to just be guided, to surrender, to allow your breath to guide you through. And when the body is ready, exhale. Feel that the benefit of that position has really, again, being focused on the forearm muscles, one arm at a time. It doesn't matter which one you started with. Allow a soft undoing. And your fingers and hands release back into center. And we're going to slowly slide one more time the right knee all the way towards the top of your yoga mat. And the right foot is going to travel towards the left edge of the yoga mat. And we're going to sit onto the right hip. So we're going to now rest as if you're just looking towards the left side of your body. So the left leg extends back and your body's really opening the inner thigh. So the left leg, the left knee stretches out. So the heel of the left foot or the toes of the left foot are pointing away from your body. And you can feel how the body just extends your inner thigh, and I'm sitting on that right hip, and I'm placing my right elbow to the ground, and I'm placing my left shoulder above the right shoulder. So I now draw a line between the right elbow, the arm bone or humerus, and then your clavicle or collarbone towards the opposite clavicle, towards the left shoulder, towards the left arm. And my left arm stays on the hip, on the leg, or all the way towards the sky. And my head looks towards the ground, or all the way in any way of the range towards my left thumb. So what is helpful for my body? And I breathe in and I exhale slowly into this position. Can I find my body stretching as if I'm really opening the inner thighs and I'm really activating that left leg to stretch farther away? Inhale and exhale, letting go your neck, your shoulders, your spine. One more time, breathe into this position. Maybe, maybe in this position, the body is ready to inhale, and feel how those hips and glutes and inner thighs are opening. Last one time, observe your body. Exhaling into this pose, feel the left arm moving, fingers and hands active, and let the left hand slowly come just in front of that right shin, just towards the ground. Beautiful. And I'm going to take all the weight out of my right arm because that's maybe a crutch for that position. And I'm going to rest the right side of my ribs, the right side of my rib cage or waist area into that right inner thigh. So my right hand is able to move, and I'm bringing it in front of my body, and my right hand is just coming in front of my chest, maybe towards the right foot, towards the left hip, all the way along the yoga mat. So the left hand stays on the ground, or the left hand stays up towards the sky, or maybe over the head, and I feel the body stretching. One more time, sitting onto the outer position of that right thigh, that right leg, the right hip, while my left leg is really long and extended. Flexing the toes so I can hold my knee, or if I'm really okay with that, pointing my toes or the pointing just the ball of my toes. Breathing in is my head looking towards the ground, towards the chest, towards the underarm. Observe the body, reaching and extending. Last two breaths. Can I feel the opening of the left side, underarm, the space on my left rib cage to really open? Last one breath. Exhale all the way through. Your left hand slowly comes for support as we started in front of the body. The right arm undoes from this position. The left knee flexes, allowing the right hand come to just the top of your yoga mat. The left hand to come towards the top of your yoga mat. The left foot to support, to flex the toes, so it helps in the rotation as your right hip comes up and the right knee comes back, and the left knee shifts forward in front of your body. The left foot looks towards the right edge of your yoga mat, and we're going to sit on that left side of the outer thigh of the left leg, and my body then leans completely as if I were to place my hand completely or my left elbow completely gently towards the floor. And my body exhales, and my right hand helps my right hip, my right leg to be aware, to be extended, to be broadened, that my toes are pointed on the right leg or flexed to hold my knee and ankle in position, that I engage in my quads, that I allow in my entire body to really engage the glute area, to open the hip, to open the right arm towards the sky if needed, and exhale slowly, breathing in. Exhale, allowing my body to slowly stretch. Breath into this position. Exhale all the way through. Again, feeling my shoulders align, feeling that my body really rests onto the left side, observing the body to really stretch deeply into the left. Exhale. Neck, head. Is there any one part of your body that is giving you resistance? And can we shift the position of my body to support that movement? That there's no tension, there is no pressure in one part more than the other. That I can distribute, again, my breath to really support the movement when and if the body is ready. Then I really squeeze the right leg, the right glute, the extended leg to really maintain the spine as if I'm holding the base of my core, right? The torso then naturally is able to extend and reach away from the hips. And as my body exhales, the right hand comes to support in front of my body. And then I'm going to start switching to my left arm. My left arm comes in front, maybe towards the front of the knee, towards the ankle, towards the foot, holding maybe all the way across until the left side of my shoulder is on the left shoulder is on the ground, and I can really raise my right shoulder tall off the floor, remain on the ground, and I can just lean completely into the left side. My head looks into the ground, my head looks up towards the sky, my right arm comes towards the ceiling or over the head, and I feel my body stretching through that right side. Flexing toes, pushing heel, pointing toes, squeezing glutes. One more time, breathe in, soften the elbow. Beautiful. Inhale, inhale, and let your body exhale. It's your elbow and your shoulder. Most importantly, can you feel it stretching? Perfect. Feel that you're coming from your oblique sides. Very nice. And maybe touching the ground. Beautiful. Activate, squeeze, stretch. Lengthen the arm as much as your body allows it. That top arm, the right hand. Exhale long. Feel that your fingers even reach maybe towards the yoga mat or towards the floor, and you press away from that right heel in your last long session. Can you feel even your, again, lymphatic system? There's certain nodules in your underarms that feel that they're moving, they're squeezing, they're empty now, they're cleansing from all toxins as the body exhales all the way through, and they come through the jaw, through the neck, all those nodules. Inhale, slowly bring your right arm gently forward to give you support, the left arm to slowly come gently, to start rolling your body into sitting position, to raise gently your hips, to bring your toes to support you until your hands and knees are on the floor, and you find your body just into balanced position. Perfect. Breath in and breath out on palms of the hands and knees. When and if your body's ready, move your knees gently forward. Allow your feet to cross over your ankles as we reach into this position, and maybe we sit gently into this pose. And we're going to allow into Janu Shirshasana position, which means that your right heel is going to stay into your groin area while your left leg extends in front of your body. So your right heel can be just very close to your groin, very close. So the sole of your right foot is into your inner thigh, and your right knee is easily placed away from your body. And your hands come one more time broad outside your shoulders, and maybe start leaning a little bit forward. And that's as far as your body's going to go, and that's perfectly okay. And my head is slowly softened, and I can feel how moving and shifting and extending opens any place of tension. And sometimes I feel it on the shoulders, on the neck area. So I pay attention to my position of the jaw, to the position of my head, the position of my shoulder blades. Sometimes I feel the feeling all along my spine. And so what is that holds my spine in position if it's not the front of my body? So can I connect to my chest? Can I connect to my belly? Can I feel my body then maybe in the lower back? Maybe it's tension in the lower back. And so can I feel deeply those rooting muscles of the abdomen cavity? And my hands maybe travel forward as I progress, or feel that my body starts letting go, my hands widen and or extended forward towards the left foot. And maybe your abdomen or the abdomen is directly looking towards the thigh, while my head and forehead come slowly towards the knee. And my toes either point to have enough room for the hamstrings and calf muscles to not be overextended, especially because they tend to pull the back of your knee? Or can I flex my toes and push the heel out to activate a deeper extension? So it's not because, again, I'm looking to force my body, it's because I'm looking for places where I can feel the release, all these things that we hold in our body, emotions, thoughts. Can I allow my body to just breathe out and exhale and let go? Very important. The inhalation comes naturally, we've said many times. The breath in, the body will not let you not breathe in. But what we forget sometimes is to exhale, to let that breath leave the body, and which is really the most important to cleanse. If we're just looking at from the functionality of your body, to exhale is to cleanse all the toxins that your blood has brought from all the tissues around your body. So let that breath really cleanse you and bring fresh air in.
consciously, and exhale, exhale. Last one breath. How does it feel to really move the root of your spine and your hands come slowly, slowly, very slow motion, and let your back and torso come very, very softly back to center. And so, what does it feel for my back to gently be fully extended? And now I bring my right knee up and my right leg forward and my left leg contracted. So the groin is touched by my heel and the sole of my left foot into my right inner thigh. And I'm never going to roll my foot or my knee out because I don't want to twist the joints. I want to have them, these are hinging joints, right? They're not pivoting joints. So we want to have them always aligned with their functionality. And the hands come slowly towards the ground, and this is as far as we're gonna go, and that's perfect. Maybe the hands come a little bit wider, come onto the thigh, come to the shin, to the foot. Again, the position of your leg, of your body, of your torso is completely up to you. And we become patient. We become really, really attentive, right? And that comes with patience to just feel your body. How far and how deep does your body need to be in this position? Can the abdomen support your back? Can the heel of your right foot and toes be aligned in a way that it supports the back of the right leg? And so, what does it feel to flex the front of your body, to extend the back of your body? Elbows, my forearms, are they just willing to observe a movement of the body into that right leg? Not to force, not to tense, and it's not, again, a pulling or forcing of any muscle, but it's an invitation. And with every breath, sometimes we forget to breathe out. I think they even made a movie about that, how to exhale in a position and to let your glutes and hamstrings and all the tissues to recover, to really breathe. And once you get to your point, if that's as far as you're going to go, just observe it and find ways of not tensing, but inviting long extension, holding your joints and extending your body. Beautiful. Observe your belly, your spine, your torso, your shoulders, your neck. Last two times. Really feed your tissues. Last breath. Exhale all the way through, and your hands and arms slowly help to raise your body back into center, to observe your spine, to be long and tall, to feel your body just coming upright. And observe your body very, very gently. Allow your left knee to come off the ground and your left leg to come slowly forward in front of your body. And one more time, we're going to slide the hips gently forward, holding the knees slightly bent. We're going to rest the body on the ground. That means that the back and shoulders are going to gently be placed onto the floor kindly, not forcefully, not dropping, but you're going to invite your body to roll gently to the floor. So, how does it feel for your back that may have been activated? That your shoulder blades that may have been activated, that your hands allow them to open very, very wide to the right and left side of your body. So the palms of hands face up and the back of the hands face towards the ground. And your head rolls gently from left to right easily. So there's no tension to your neck. So you make sure by a soft movement of the head that the pressure on the neck and shoulders is released, that the body is able to exhale and kindly from this position. We're going to allow the left foot to be steady and the right leg to slowly come directly towards the sky I'm going to rotate the right leg over the torso towards the left hand because your arms are in a T form, right? Perpendicular to your body. So you're going to reach with your right foot in the direction of that left hand or arm. If it doesn't reach, bend your knee. If that's not possible, then bend your left elbow and let the hand come towards the leg. And let your leg just be, again, passively stretching. And let your abdomen and chest to slowly be facing towards the sky. And maybe your right shoulder is staying flat into the floor and your head looks kindly towards the right hand. And so what happens when you breathe in this position? What are the muscles that you feel extending? And there's a lot of stretching in this position. There's a lot of releasing what we're talking at the beginning of the class of that pressure that is in the environment, right? There's a lot of energy on Earth. Flooding, there's a lot of people falling sick. There's a lot of tension between groups of people. There's wars, there's violence, there's all these other things that are just created by our sense of lacking, that we are not having enough of something, that we need to keep on digging, that we need to keep on exploiting the earth, that we need to keep on doing things that are just not productive to maintain a balanced life. And so, can we allow for a few seconds that the only world that we can control, which is our own personal world, is released? That we have no tension. We are opening up deeper, deeper muscles when and if the body is ready. Can we exhale to your head, to your shoulder blades, your spine, bending the right knee? You don't expect the muscles that affect their own, so you bend the right knee and then let your left hand guide the right leg a little bit higher until your knee is bent over your abdomen and you relax your right foot towards the floor and your left leg then comes directly towards the sky. You raise it all the way towards the ceiling and allowing your arms and shoulders to be wide, the palms of hands to face up, the toes to be extended towards the sky, and then crossing over the left leg over your abdomen, over your hips, as if your left foot is coming towards your right hand, or your right hand towards your left leg, while your right knee is as bent as needed. And again, we walk slowly with your right elbow bent so you can support your leg, or your left leg soften so you can reach easily to the ground or the hand. Doesn't matter. Slowly in process, the leg moves. We let go. We let the head and the neck go and we look over to the left side of the body. So even examining simple things as what we do in our daily practice. What are we doing when we eat? Without even understanding yet about what is it that we eat, but when we sit down and eat, are we grateful? Do we take a few seconds or a couple of breaths to just internally say thank you and to be in gratitude for something that is coming to our mouths, for again nurturing of the body? Are we contributing with that to the peacefulness of the world? And as little as that may seem, every thought, every movement, every action, every word contributes to this added energy. So we can say nice things, so we can think positive thoughts, so we can let go of all the tension or the fear based action and turn our sights into a loving action. And that little thing that nobody will ever know is observed and noted by that divine energy that resides inside of us. And the earth will receive that energy in a loving way. So those little imperceptible things to others shift. At the time that we go to bed, do we take a few seconds to analyze the good things and the challenging things of our day? Just a few seconds to just observe and to really manifest our gratitude that moment of the good and the bad, right? The good are just grace, and the bad things or seemingly bad things are just lessons. And we allow the body to breathe out, bending the left knee when you're ready to slowly bend it and bring that left leg back into center. Flexed knee, so your knee is coming into your chest and abdomen, and the left leg then softens directly towards the ground while we rest on the back of our heads, on the back of our shoulders, and the belly softens into the ground, the hands relax into the floor, and maybe the legs slide in front of your body towards the corners of your yoga mat. And the heels of your feet walk a little bit farther away from the glutes, from the lower back, from the shoulder blades, and the body softens. Palms of the hands, fingers, shoulders. Is there any of these things that we do in our daily practice that need more attention, that need more intention when we do them? If we cook, what is our intention? What are we providing? What energy are we sharing or producing as we eat? As we do our daily work or activities, what are we really doing it for? Is it for ourselves? Or is it an offering of service to the world? Very, very gently. We sing abdomen, chest. Take a few seconds to really soften the facial expression. Really soften the hands. Really exhale into our heart. The heart just breathes. We start a sense of not judgment, but self forgiveness. And when the body is sinking into the monitor one more time, corner, any special place in your body, in your heart that needs just attention, just healing, offering that point of tension, learning point to the universe, to God, and let your breath out let go. Just simply leave it aside and take a breath that moves into your fingers and into your toes, that expands your heart, hips, legs, and arms, that you move as if you're just waking up. That means that for me, that means that the legs come towards each other, squeezing them against each other, and my arms come over your head, even if it's the elbows are bent or not, just stretching the body as if I were just awakening. And one more time, maybe I pay attention to press the heels out of my feet. And then inhale and press out through the heels and flatten the belly, squeeze my shoulders, really tighten my body. I let all the muscles and tissues go. And I allow one knee to flex, my hands to come behind the hamstring, over the knee, over the shin, or behind the kneecap. And I press that leg against the fingers and hands, and I round my body slowly into sitting pose. And I sit very gently into the most comfortable seated position for my body. My head, as I already know, is the last part of my body that wants to be perpendicular. And I feel and celebrate how I feel right now, taking a few seconds to just take stock on where we are on our body. And I save that feeling deep inside of me, right? That is what's going to keep me going. That energy is what's going to keep me connected. I need to remind myself and how this feels because there's many obstacles that may come and distractions that may come. But how can I keep and cherish this sensation inside of me? And I allow my right hand to come directly onto my heart center, just flat palm of hand where I know my heart lies. And then I bring my left hand to top the right one and I settle into my heart. And I take a deep breath as if I'm creating a soft circle around my heart with my hands massaging that center of the chest. And I exhale and do it one more time, breathing into my heart as I massage into to soften. And exhale kindly from this position with hands on my heart. I observe my level of harmony. How does it feel to be harmonious? To find my sense of peacefulness, to feel the degree that I'm connecting to my truth, the things that resonate true to my life. Maybe not everything. Maybe there's one thing that really sounds true to me. But how can I keep that and reconnect to do the true yoga, which is to yoga or connect to that selfless, divine love. So much.